Disclaimer, this game is rated M for many reasons. Imagery from this video game is shown in this video, so viewer discretion is advised. Also, spoilers for a 10-year-old game. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, let's clear the air here. Just because a video game takes inspiration from another video game does not automatically mean that it is a bad game. Lots of games were inspired by others. Mortal Kombat borrowed from Street Fighter and Tekken, Watch Dogs borrowed from Grand Theft Auto, and how many games borrowed from Doom?
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Artistic inspiration is okay. It's good even, as long as that's all it is inspiration. Taking an idea and running with it, it's expanding on it, growing something of your own from the inspiration. I recently played through Dante's Inferno, a game from 2010 where you literally go to hell. I remember playing it back then and really enjoying it. Yeah, it reminded me of some other gaming experiences I may have had before, but it was still a really fun game, Satan Wang and all. In 2010, I didn't give a shit about game reviews, and I still don't if we're being honest, but most of the reviews I see of this game just toss it into a bin as a God of War clone. I agree, Dante's Inferno is a bit like God of War. Okay, maybe it's a lot like God of War, but this game is not a clone. It took inspiration and it expanded on it, and frankly, it's a really fun game that I think needs some recognition. So in a futile effort, maybe I can take away clone from your memories of this game. Visceral Games, one of the many tally marks on EA Zaz's flesh, most known for the series Dead Space, they released Dante's Inferno in February of 2010. The marketing campaign for this game could honestly be a whole video on its own. There was this fake advertisement for a new motion-controlled prayer game titled Mass We Pray. EA partnered with GameStop, and for all pre-orders of Dante's Inferno on September 9th, 2009, customers would receive a $6.66 discount. They sent wooden boxes to game critics that rickrolled them until they destroyed the box with a hammer, and they were condemned to hell for committing the sin of wrath, plus many more super interesting things. I honestly might just make a video about all the marketing around this game. Anyway, Dante's Inferno, based on the first canonical of Dante Alighieri's 14th century Genie in a Bottle, The Divine Comedy. It's a combo combat third-person action game. You journey through hell as Dante on a mission to find his lover Beatrice after she's killed and Satan kind of kidnaps her. You do a lot of hacking and slashing, sometimes you do some jumping, some light platforming, some puzzles here and there, but primarily you're just hacking and slashing. This is the keystone of the game and why it's regarded to as a God of War clone so much. Because, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, the combat is a lot like God of War's playstyle, almost to a T, but it's everything else about this game that makes it so great. Not saying that all the action is stale, no, not at all. The game starts with Dante dying, spoilers, and death comes to walk him to hell, and Dante is literally like, nah bro, and kills death with his own scythe. And that's the main weapon you use all game. The action is amazing, but it's not entirely unique. What is unique is this.
I saw a fire that overcame a half.
This. And even this. The atmosphere of this game is incredible. It's like Disney World, but with more death and boobs. Like, a lot of boobs. Like, and butt and devil wang. But for real, the atmosphere, the world building, the level design, the character designs are all just top notch and the absolute stars of this game. Visceral's interpretation of Dante's epic poem is technically and artistically stunning. The visuals are impressive and morbidly twisted in the best way possible. There are 9 circles of hell and each one is designed and treated as its own independent level. The distinctions between each is abundantly clear with the themes of each sin that the circle is attributed to. The levels all feel alive as much as being dead and hell can feel alive. There are contorted bodies and tortured souls riddled everywhere. Screams and howls of agony are heard constantly as you make your way through these circles. Each area gives some explanation of the sin and how Dante has sinned in this manner in his life, mostly through some of the best cinematics and cutscenes that I've ever seen in gaming. Some are through the game's engine with character models and some are in this super high quality animated fashion brought to life from the tapestry sewn into Dante's chest. The designers of these environments clearly put in the time and the effort to make these visuals pop. Even certain actions from the gameplay are mixed into the environment that just bring it all together as a cohesive work of art. There are these doors that are scattered throughout the game that you have to stab and kill to open. The boss fights are immense and thematically appropriate for each level, and they aren't just bosses waiting for you to fight. They are beings in hell doing the tasks that they are assigned to for eternity. Until Dante comes along and says, "Nah, you ain't sorting me into an appropriate circle of hell according to the sins that you smell on me, you weirdo. This is hell, and it is disturbing, and the designers wanted even the most desensitized degenerate to understand that. If it wasn't the unbaptized babies in limbo, or what the fuck is that, then there's always Satan Wang waiting for you to make you feel disturbed." The plot of this game, I'm assuming, follows the source material very poorly. But for someone sitting here with a controller in my hand and not the poem, I'm not really concerned with that. The plot is done very well, overshadowed by both gameplay and level design, but still a great part to the experiments. I'll be a little vague for spoiler's sake and just boil it down to Dante is a Catholic knight who did some sinning during his crusades. He dies during a revolt and death shows up to take Dante away for his sins. Like I said earlier, Dante nopes the fuck out. He kills Death and then repents for his sins by stitching them onto his chest like a tapestry. He returns home to find his wife killed and taken to hell, where he promptly goes down to follow her and find her and take her away from Lucifer. Dante hacks and slashes his way through all the levels before confronting the devil, defeating the devil, and arriving in Purgatory as he rips the tapestry off his chest and it turns into a snake. Well, that's pretty much it. Dante's Inferno presents a unique visual approach on one of the greatest works in literary history. It may be shocking, grotesque, and lewd at almost every point in the game, but what do you really expect hell to be like? If it's not the great-paced action that takes you on your journey, perhaps it's the style and the innovation of the designers who treat every sin like a passion project and really thematically knock these levels and characters out of the park. It's a game worthwhile to experience even today if you can get your hands on it. I had to emulate this because I did. Whatever. Fraud. 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 To the 8th circle. To the 8th circle. Oh, great. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate anyone who made it here to the end with me, all the way down here in the 8th circle of hell. It's nice. Listen, if you could, share this video somewhere. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, really wherever. I'm really proud of this video and it'd be a big help, and I'd be super appreciative if you just did that for me and help me expand my audience a tidbit. Thanks so much. See ya.